What's your y'all? Welcome back to Right at the Wire. Well, it is time for Saratoga. It seems like Saratoga's coming upon us earlier and earlier every year. And this year it's coming on the 10th of July. We've obviously had some races there already with the Belmont Festival and for the 4th of July, which I was happy to be at. And it was a very enjoyable weekend. So, but this is the official. And what we're going to try to do, time permitting, of course, is we're going to, every day there's a featured stakes race, of course, as well as, Saturday the sequences and whatnot. Usually have quite a few. But we're going to try every day to put out a post for the daily featured stakes race. And for the first day, we have the De La Rose, which is in two divisions this year. They have done this in the past, as I recall. It's a pretty popular race. It's ungraded at 135,000. The first division's running in the fifth race on Thursday's card. It's at a mile on the inner turf for 4-year-olds and up, fillies and mares. And one thing we noted from the last weekend was that the turf was playing very speed friendly. And in this case, now obviously things can change. We just had a hell of a lot of rain. Who knows what's going to happen with that? And it changed the complexion of the turf and what they're going to do with the rails. They had them down for the weekend, but maybe they'll be back up. We'll just have to see. But right now, just evaluating the race on a basic race shape. Uh, in our time, I mean, it's pretty form fitting. You've got all the food groups represented, all the different running styles, and in our time, I think will likely be the speed. I don't expect our command rather, can keep up with them. This is a horse who could very well take them all the way if the track holds with early speed. It's a field of um, horses who they have been a little disappointing at times. So when you have that type of setup, this is the case in our time. Maybe can take them all the way. Certainly capable of it. The last race, uh, I think the fractions were just too quick, and we really couldn't be expected to hold the lead even at Gulfstream, which is a speed favoring turf course. Savvy Joseph does pretty well at Saratoga. He'll throw one in once in a while, and last year, as I recall, he had a pretty good meet as a whole. So don't let that fool you. What I am a little concerned about is the Gulfstream turf form does not always transfer to other tracks, mainly because it is in Florida, of course, and where they don't get a whole lot of rain, and it's hot, so it tends to be pretty dry and pretty hard and pretty speed favoring. And Saratoga can get that way at times, but we have had a lot of rain this year, so I think the turf course is going to be in pretty good shape. We'll see what happens towards the end of the beat, but right now, I think in our time with a little freshening, might be up to the task, and one certainly I think you want to think about. Now, the reason I think that in our time maybe has a little bit better chance than perhaps she might otherwise is that the horses who are going to be pressuring her are, they've had their moments. Deep Satin is one that I think the class relief is certainly going to help here. But I don't know that it's one that really I can trust a whole lot. Now, it's Cherie DeVoe, of course, and it's Jose Ortiz, and they're just a lightning good combination you can't overlook. And this is certainly a field that, again, it's she's been running in uh, graded stakes, but um, I mean, when I see horses who like her last race, when they just sort of don't try at all and they just sort of fall right back, well, then I just wonder about their class a little bit. And again, this is class relief, but it also speaks to me a little bit about the will to win. I don't know. This horse to me uh, just doesn't. I'm just not. I can't just put my foot down and say, yeah, this Deep Satin I really like. So, gonna use, but I'm thinking more underneath. Um, Mainly because I don't know how much upside there is. That's really what it comes down to more than anything else. Edict isn't fast enough in comparison to the better horses in this race, and that's why. Uh, she's not in the race. Way to be Marie is a horse that is so incredibly frustrating. I've mentioned it before. This is a horse that time and again I've seen looks good in the race. You're all excited, gets to the top of the stretch, takes the lead, and then just can't hold on. Again, you're getting a little bit of class relief here, so maybe that would help. But I mean, an 8-1 is a pretty good price, but this horse is just such a heartbreaker. I just can't do it. I can use underneath for sure, but again, I'm not sure about the upside. So uh, using, but for underneath only. I didn't like what I saw from LeRae at all, really. I settled on Alluring Angel to win this race. Now, is coming from off the pace, and you do have a situation where the track may not be favoring that. But then again, on Sunday, look what Ffion did. Came from behind and and beat a pretty good horse in Nitrogen. So it can be done. My main the main things are that it is interesting. You don't see a Chad Brown trainee leave his barn and go to Bill Mott. That's a rather unusual occurrence for sure. But Bill Mott is, for my money, the best trainer there is. He does very well with first time with the team, first time training a horse, and he's had plenty of time. He's had nearly a year to put his program in. So I think this one showed a little bit of promise. That last race that Alluring Angel ran in was so strange to me because it seemed like the jockey had to get all over her. She'd show a nice kick, she'd get going, and then all of a sudden she'd flatten out. Then she'd get going again and flatten out. I don't know what the deal was, but what it showed me was that there was some potential there, and in the hands of Bill Mott, I think that this one stands a pretty good chance. So at 6-1, you're getting a good price in a field of kind of underachievers, let's say, and I think there's enough vulnerability amongst some of the more prominent horses. I'll take a shot with Alluring Angel. Heredia for Graham Motion he does very well with shippers, and this one's got a race under her belt, although I'd like to see it be a little faster. This one's 3 for 5 at the distance. You certainly have to like that, and has every chance to win this race for sure. It's just one of those. It's kind of a funky field, and because it is, I'm just going to go with the horse that I think has the most upside, and to me, that's Alluring Angel in the first division in the De La Rose. So now let's take a look at the second division. Okay, so now let's take a look at the second division of the De La Rose. It's the 8th race on the Thursday card, running a mile on the inner turf for 4-year-olds and up, fillies and mares. And much like the first division, which I would have to say is a little more competitive here, we've got a couple that, have some question marks about them. Fun with Flags for Chad Brown, it just can't like. Just hasn't really run a quality race, I don't think, since coming over from overseas where she was very effective. It's Chad Brown, okay, anything can happen. Maybe with the class relief here, this one can wise up and get going. But really, with Spinning Colors in the race, I don't think an easy, soft pace or a ground saving or a trip on a merry chase with the field is really going to work. And that coupled with form that just really isn't very good, I just can't do it. I mean, it's Chad Brown at Saratoga, but I'll let her beat me. Spinning Colors is conversely a horse for the course. Loves Saratoga. Really only one bad start. Her form isn't that bad. The fractions were just too quick last time. Maybe it was a little bit over her head, but this is some class relief, and again on a track that she really likes, and Fun with Flags being kind of mediocre, then maybe Spinning Colors has a chance. I'd certainly want to use a 10-1. Tough to wire the field at a mile, but we'll certainly give it a shot. And she isn't too far away from the very best here, so maybe with the track, if it is speed favoring, Spinning Colors has a shot at 10-1. Moving on up is a nice horse, certainly pretty consistent. I think this is a good spot, maybe a little easier than what she's faced, and looks poised to me to just as getting good as a 4 year old, and I just have no qualms with the form, and I think this again is a good spot. So moving on up, certainly one you want to use. Ozara is a horse that I really liked when she first came about. The problem with Ozara is I don't know how good she is outside of the state of Florida. She really doesn't seem to take her track with her when she leaves the Sunshine State, and that's really the only concern with that I have with this horse. I think she certainly fits here class wise. I just don't know if we can count on a premium effort to take this one. The last race I couldn't like at all. It was a small field and um, really was no match for Rhiannon. I just didn't like the way uh, she was uh, she was going about her business. So, oh no, I'm sorry, that's Pocamucha. But Ozara's race, was a small field. I didn't really like it that much either. But anyway, so Ozara is certainly a horse you can use and get a little muddled. It's been a long day, but sorry about that. But yeah, Ozara is one that certainly can win this race, but whether the will to win it is there is the question. And so at 7-2, I certainly want to try to beat. Storm Miami, I just didn't think was good enough. Poca Mucha would make a lot of sense because it's Bill Mott, it's Saratoga, but you know, at 7 years old, I just don't think this horse is really. I think we know what she is, and the last race was pretty indicative of it. You know, she just kind of ran around the track, and that seems to be what this horse does. Yes, she won the De La Rose last year, but that was off the turf and a small field, and you never want to judge a horse based upon those races because they're not really indicative of what a horse can do because it's not the surface that they should be running on or want to run on. So anyway, Pocamucha, I can't see it even at 12-1. I just can't see it. So who do I settle on? I settle on Charlotte's Approval. Mark Cassie's having a really strong meet at Saratoga. He's had a very good year with his barn. This is a horse who's 4 years old, who's I think is on the way up. Had a nice win at Woodbine last time. Yes, it's Woodbine, but you know, it's an ungraded stakes here. I don't know that it's that much better a field. And really, more than anything else, if you think about what Think Big did last weekend in the Kelso, stretching out from turf sprints to a mile, I don't see any reason why this horse can't do the same. I like the turn of foot. I like the way, I like the kick, and really, to me, this one has some nice upside, and I just don't, I can't get real excited about moving on up at 6-5 or Ozara at 7-2. So we're going to go with Charlotte's Approval at 6-1 because I think the upside is there, and stretching out I don't think is going to be a problem for a hot barn. So let's go there. So for the first division of wagering strategy, we're going to go with Alluring Angel for Bill Mott. I think he can win this division, and at 6-1, the price is right. We'll do exactas with with Deep Satin and Heredia primarily, and then we'll go 1-4 and then 4-1, and then we'll do just a saver with Alluring Angel on top with 3, 7, and 8 underneath. Trifecta 1-4, 1-4 with 3, 7, 8, 1-4 with 3, 7, 8 with 1-4. Not the kind of race I want to get, bet with both hands, get real excited about, but we'll go with the price, and I think we got enough options underneath that if Alluring Angel can come through for us, we'll be rewarded. So for the second division, we're kind of going to try the same thing in some respects. These races, I mean, Saratoga is the graveyard of favorites, and just when you have these short prices in these type of races, they're sometimes yes they can just dominate the field, but other times they can disappoint. And there's all the chalk in these two divisions are those kind of horses where they just don't necessarily warrant that really short price. So I feel it's imperative that you try to beat them. So we'll go with Charlotte's Approval. We'll go with the win bet on Charlotte's Approval. Then we'll go 7-4, 7-1 with the chalk. And then we'll go 7 with 1-4-1-4, and then 7 with 1-4-1-4, and then we'll throw spinning colors in there for third. But both races are, to me, very similar makeup. I think the chalk is beatable, so let's try to do it at the Graveyard of Favorites at Saratoga. Hope our analysis helps you with your own wagering strategy. I wish you the best of luck as always. Certainly, if you do like content like this, please like and subscribe. And again, thanks so much to all of you who have continued to grow our community. Wanted to make a note. I've had a couple inquiries about the website, and it is down right now. Don't worry about it. I'm going to have it up again very soon. Just had some technical issues we had to work out. And when it is up, I know you've made, some of you guys have made some inquiries about looking into full card selections. Well, we'll have them. For Saratoga, I'm probably going to do Saturday only, but we will have that once the website's back up and running again. I'll be uploading the full card for Saturday at Saratoga. More if we can. It's just time is of the essence for me right now. So anyway, I hope that clears things up for you. We're going to be at the spa all summer long with content. So every week you can count on it. We're going to go, like I said, every stakes race, the daily stakes race, the daily featured race, we will have a posting for time permitting. We will have full cards for Saturday. And we're going to certainly have some Del Mar in there as well. And the Haskell in a couple of weeks will obviously be all over that. So plenty of content coming from Right at the Wire, so stay tuned. That's it from here. I'll talk to you soon. And until then, be well.